with another grocery haul. So this one's a lot more chill than last week's because actually did a full grocery run last week. This week I didn't need as much, but we were out of a few things like eggs, and I found a couple deals on some things I didn't plan on getting, but I was like, it's such a good deal, I may as well go ahead and get it. And if I need to cook it and freeze it in portions and we have it, then we'll just go from there. But let's get started. So today I went to a farmer's market, and then I also went to Aldi. So let me just show you what I got. So lately we've been really enjoying these burro bananas. They're the short fat bananas. Supposedly these are the least hybridized bananas you can get. These and baby bananas and red bananas. So these are still green. They're not ripe yet, but I've heard they're really good. You can use them just like plantain, and cook them green for more of a savory vibe, or wait till they get ripe. And once they ripen up, they're like nice and sweet. They're so good. I've been really enjoying these. So I went ahead and got them. This is a big bunch. All of them were huge. I couldn't have gotten a smaller bunch, but honestly, we like these and have been going through them. So we just gotta wait till they get ripe. They didn't have any ripe ones. So I might try cooking some of these while they're green, kind of like potatoes, and give that a try. I've never done that. And then obviously we have a lot of them to kind of like wait till they get ripe. But we have burro bananas. They're delicious. I got some red bananas. These say that they're from Honduras. These were at the farmer's market. I've never had red bananas, but they're so cute and little, and they were not expensive. So I was like, let me just try them because I've never had them. And I tried one since I got home, and it was really good. These are sweet. And yeah, like low key, a couple of these things I did eat, but I have the wrapper here. Here's what happened though. Like, I should have eaten more protein before I went to the grocery store. You know, you go to the grocery store and you're hungry and you're grocery shopping, and like, honestly, I'm proud of myself. I did a good job of just not getting a bunch of snacks, because that's what usually happens. If I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry, I'll get snacks, or I'll also stop at like Taco Bell or McDonald's or something, which I'm not to do. So I usually don't have that problem when I eat enough protein before I go grocery shopping, but that didn't happen today. So I did get some snackies, but they were healthy snackies, so I'm like really proud of myself, and I'll show you what I got. So, like I said, some of these are open, but oh well, okay, sorry. We'll continue to move on to those. We're still on Beaufort Highway Farmers Market. Speaking of, so this, I found some things at the farmers market that I actually had never tried before. So this right here, this Gouda, aged 26 months, um, product of Holland, free range and grass fed cows. This was about $5. In a little cheese bin, you have tons of different cheeses. Some are local, some are imported. But I was like, I have to try. I love cheese. I was like, I have to try this. Also, this is not gonna make it home without me taking a little bite, and I did. It was really good. So we tried a new cheese. Yeah, I don't know, really good. Spice it. What are you cooking? Oh, tonight I'm actually making tacos for dinner. I've got some black beans left over from this week, and I've got some ground beef that I'm gonna cook up, and avocados and things like that. So we're gonna have a taco night. Oh, speaking of Oaxaca, there's Oaxaca cheese that I got at the farmer's market as well. So I think I'm going to, you know what? I've never actually shred Oaxaca cheese. I don't know if you know, comment, let me know if it shreds well, or if there's a better way to use this. I know it's good for melting, which we could, do if needed, but I wanted to add some Oaxaca to our tacos. So I got that. Also from the farmer's market, they had these half sour pickles. This big old bucket of pickles for And the ingredients are so good. Look, it's just cucumbers, water, sugar, salt, dill, garlic, and pepper. This is literally how I make my pickles when I make them at home. Except instead of sugar, I use honey, but you need some kind of sugar to pickle, right? And honey obviously has natural sugars. But this is so good. If you go, this was at the deli, in the refrigerated area of the deli, and I mean fresh pickles. Like I said, I make them, but I don't feel like making them this week. I usually will make them in the summertime. I started making them last year, and when cucumbers are in season here, that's my favorite time to make homemade pickles. But I wasn't gonna do it this week, and honestly, if you go to the grocery store and try to get uh, pickles without preservatives in it, they're gonna be so expensive. You'll probably find the fermented ones in the refrigerated section, and they're gonna be like $10, and that is wild. So this was such a good deal. $4 for fresh pickles with no BS in them. I'll take that. Also found this. I've never had this before. This was in the refrigerated section. Salsa molcajete mexicana, hot. So the ingredients on this were really good too, and it also everything in here is grown in Georgia, so it's like local. So this is just tomatoes, onion, arbol peppers, serrano peppers, cilantro, garlic, spices, and salt. That's literally it. So excited to try this. We're gonna add this to our tacos tonight. What else do we have? Jalapenos. I got about maybe a pound or so of those here. It's not jalapeno season here, but they were on sale, and I kind of want to cook them up with some onions. Grabbed one onion. I have onions that I chopped up and froze, but I'm probably just gonna slice this in like big slices and then saute it with the jalapenos, and that'll be like a side with our black beans to have with our tacos. What else did I get from the? Oh my gosh. Okay, so this. How many zucchini are in here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 zucchini for $2.99. For $3, 11 of these zucchini at the farmer's market. This is crazy. I didn't come here for zucchini, but you know, sometimes they have a bin of like what they have on sale, like super sale, that they need to go ahead and, you know, sell before it gets bad. I was like, holy crap, I have to get these. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be making a bunch of zucchini this week, and honestly, I'll probably just cook all of this or most of this and then just freeze some in portions maybe, because it's so much zucchini. But we like zucchini, so like that's great. Super cheap. Love that. So really happy about that. Also, kiwis were on sale for like something crazy, like $1.19 a pound. So I grabbed some kiwis. These are organic and locally grown. So excited to have those. I'll probably have those with lunch, like a kiwi with my lunch plate. Also grab some avocados. Most of these are not ripe, but this one is. This is the one we're gonna have with our dinner. And then I also grab. I can't leave the farmer's market without getting some baklava. So, this is a little baklava that we probably have for dessert. And is that everything from the farmer's market? Yes. So after that, I stopped by Aldi just to grab a couple of things. Like I said, we didn't eat too much, but we definitely were out of eggs, so we needed some pasture-raised eggs. Aldi is the best place that I've found to, other than like local, like during farmer's market season. If you can get local eggs, that's even better. But this time of year, our main like small farmers markets are closed, so there's like the really big one, which unfortunately the one I go to doesn't have local eggs. So during this time of year, I go to Aldi and get these. These are the best deal for pasture raised that I've been able to find at a grocery store. So I grabbed a couple dozen of those. And these dark chocolate chips. So my husband really likes these. Also sometimes we'll put it in like yogurt or do something with that. So I got some chocolate chips. We're out of those. What else did I get? Oh, I grabbed a Chomps. Like I said, I was really hungry. This kept me from stopping at Taco Bell, so that worked out. Chomp's grass fed meat stick, and this was an Aldi find that I ended up really liking. So we tore into these as soon as I got home. Nordic sourdough sea salt crackers at Aldi. Says they're from Norway. What did I say? Museum fan? Yes or no? Um, yeah, I like museums. What kind of museums? I like art museums and I don't know. There's all kind of cool museums out there. Let's see. Let me read you the ingredients of these. Now, these are not seed oil free. They do have sunflower oil, so that's the only downside. But everything else in here is really good. It's got oat sourdough bread, and they make that out of oat flour, whole grain rye flour, oats, oat bran, sunflower seeds, ground flax seeds, barley malt extract, whole grain barley flour, yeast, salt, sourdough starter, which they made out of oat flour, barley flour, and sourdough culture, sunflower oil, and sea salt. Honestly, these are not bad. These were really, really good. I had, what did we get? Some goat cheese, and oh my gosh. Oh, we put it away. We ate it all, but I also grabbed some prosciutto, and that's what we had for snacks. As soon as I got home, so we were really hungry. It was like these sourdough crackers with some goat cheese and the prosciutto that they had at Aldi. The one that I got, the only ingredients were ham and salt. I'm like, that's pretty clean. No nitrates, anything like that. Those Nordic crackers look so. Yeah, they were really good. They were so good. And they have some fiber in them. Look, like, so for a serving of these, it's got 3 grams of fiber and 3 grams of protein. Not bad for a serving of crackers you can have with cheese and get some more protein, which, like I said, I was like needing protein as soon as I got home. I ate this beef stick in the car, and then I had and a bite of this cheddar, or actually this is Gouda. And then I had, my husband and I dove into these sourdough crackers with some goat cheese and the prosciutto. Super good snack. Definitely feel recharged and like have some energy to put away some dishes and cook. Like I said, we're making tacos for dinner tonight. Is that everything? I think that is everything. Like I said, this was a really quick short grocery run this week. I like to stay on budget and do like one big run, typically at the beginning of the month or mid-month sometimes, depending on where it falls. And then other than that, we might need to re-up on eggs or like fresh produce, things like that. But for the most part, for meat and all that, like snacks and stuff, I try not to get a whole lot of snacks. I'm trying to do mostly whole food, right? But the snacks I get, I tried, hopefully they're not too bad, and that's more sparingly. Most of our groceries are going to be real foods, and that's what we use to cook with, what I cook with on our channel. This is our real groceries, our real dinners that you see me cooking, our real lives. So it's very relatable because it's not like, this is literally just how I eat and how I cook. And I hope that encourages you to grab some more whole foods and try, even if it's just like less snacks. Because here's the thing I learned. Like, if I eat enough protein and enough fiber, I'm not as snacky. I was feeling really snacky today because I didn't eat enough protein. I had fiber. I had like some chia pudding and some fruit and some cabbage and things like that for lunch. But I know better. I didn't have enough protein. So when I went to the grocery store, I was super hungry. And all I wanted to do was grab snacks or fast food. And I was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to grab protein, real snacks, like healthy snacks, which is why I grabbed that cheese, beef stick, and the sourdough crackers. I was like, you know what? Because I'm not going to feel like making crackers when I get home. I already knew that. I'm like, let's just grab a couple things, and Aldi is great for the deals, and the farmer's market, great for finding good deals for things like that. So you're not overspending. So that's another thing you kind of watch. But try to stay on budget. Try to eat before you go, so you're not like ravenously hungry and spending all this extra money and eating things you don't want to be eating to stay on track, right? What else was I gonna show you? Yeah, so cost wise, this was not bad. Let me look at the receipt here. So at the farmer's market, I spent $47. I feel like I got a good bit for $47. If I went to Kroger or anywhere else, like just a regular grocery store, and spent $47, I'd literally probably have like 3 items. So I got a good bit. And then Aldi is always really good for deals. Literally nothing I got was over $3.95. And I spent $20 at Aldi's. So under 70 bucks for this grocery run in today's time with inflation, I'd honestly say that's not bad at all. And I've really been enjoying, doing the bulk of our grocery shopping at farmers markets and Aldi's. Sometimes I'll stop at Sprouts for like specific things. Like I get my bulk items at Sprouts right now, like the beans and the what is it, like bulk beans, things like that, and some specialty items that I find at Sprouts that I can't find anywhere else. For the most part, that's what I do, and it's honestly saved us so much money during like the fluctuation of inflation. My beef I get from like a local farm, and they have a really good deal with that too, and it's nutritious, and you know it's not ideal to have to go to so many different places just to get real food that cost efficient and like not poison. Unfortunately, that's how it is. Like in order to do that and get everything we need, there are multiple different places I get our groceries from. Not to mention Thrive Market, which is great. I get Thrive, certain things from them every month. Um, Mostly like household stuff, cleaning supplies, and some specific grocery items like my flowers and stuff. Right now, I get from Thrive Market. So yeah, there's like what Thrive, Sprouts, Aldi, and the farmers market. Those are the main places I go to. So it's like 4 different places, but hey. And then, if you need something at Kroger or, wherever else, other grocery store, that kind of fills in the blanks if needed. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we got to do to keep them affordable, to stay on budget, and to be able to get what we need and, get whole foods so they're nutritious. So anyways, that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to hop on here. And like I said, I was going to be consistent with when I go to the grocery store and do a haul. I want to show you guys what I get. So that is what I got for this week. I didn't show you my meat order when it came in because honestly, it wasn't that exciting. It was just 20 pounds of ground beef from a local farm, which is awesome. And that's in our freezer right now. I took 2 pounds out to thaw, so I'm gonna cook those for our tacos. But that wasn't that exciting, so I didn't do a live for that. But anywho, that's pretty much you've seen what I've gotten this month for groceries, and I don't anticipate having to go to the store again before the end of February. Um, there's like you know what? I will do one more live for whenever my Thrive Market box comes in, which should be next week. So I'll do another live and like show you what I got from there. But I don't plan to go to a grocery store anymore. So like we did what 1, 2. We'll do like 3 lives for February. Yeah. So I hope that was, if it was helpful at all or interesting, I hope it was. And if not, it is what it is. But yeah, subscribe, like, check out our channel. I make recipes, whole food based recipes. Every single Sunday, we upload a new video. My husband's awesome. He films it. It's just us doing this real life, what we're cooking and eating in our kitchen, and just sharing that with you. If it's helpful at all to, share whole food based recipes that are cost efficient and easy to make. One thing that I kind of ran into at first when I was starting my health journey and weight loss journey was like, how do I cook with using all whole foods or majority whole foods. Like, how do I eat more whole food, just real food, right? Um, and the more I got used to doing it, the simpler it was and the cheaper it was, honestly. It just involves, some prep work and cooking at home. But honestly, it doesn't have to be hard. It definitely doesn't have to be expensive. So that's what I show you on my channel. So definitely check that out when you get a chance. But yeah, that's really it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Eat well, be well.